Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
The time is just gone 9:35 a.m. and it's time now for the new segment that we are introducing on a Friday, and this is called the International Mixed Bag Stories. We are joined on the line by Humairaa Mayet, who is a student of international relations and political studies. She's an avid follower of international and current affairs. Sister Humairaa, Assalamu alaikum, Jummah Mubarak, and welcome.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, wonderful that you are going to be part of the Jummah broadcast and with this international mixed bag stories. And we're certainly looking forward to your involvement, inshallah, over the next, for years to come, inshallah. But talk to us, tell us, what do you have in terms of your mixed bag of international stories this morning?
Okay, so today, we're actually going to talk about Minister Naledi Pandor visiting the Saudi embassy and the promise of Saudi Arabia to offer debt relief to South Africa, as well as Yemen receiving its first shipment of the coronavirus vaccine, approximately 360,000 doses, as well as the evergreen tanker blocking the Suez Canal and how the state Egypt can actually be held responsible for that.
Yes, Humairaa, if we could just ask you to move around slightly because we are getting a bit of a distortion, please, so that we can hear you clearly, inshallah.
Okay, sorry, that's okay.
All right, Humairaa, let's talk. What have you got for us now? Bismillah.
So Minister Naledi Pandor and other local officials visited the Saudi Arabian embassy because Saudi has promised to offer debt relief to South Africa in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. And then Yemen received its first shipment of the coronavirus vaccine, 360,000 doses, which is quite a good news.
Humairaa, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask my engineer to call you on another line because, in fact, there is a huge distortion on your line at the moment and we can't hear you clearly at all. So we definitely will ask Shazia to contact you on another line. And obviously, we want to hear Humairaa Mayet clearly. She's got a number of stories and obviously looking at some of the stories with regard to Saudi Arabia, Minister Naledi Pandor, and also the whole issue surrounding Yemen. And let us not forget Yemen. These are issues obviously we talk around from time to time, but these are issues that we should not be forgetting. And just Yemen is just one of them. And when one looks at what is happening right across the entire world, Rohingya, the Syrians that we have been talking about earlier on as well. So there's just too much at this point in time that is taking place as far as international news is concerned. And as we head towards the month of Ramadan, and I always love using the month of Ramadan as a benchmark to see where we are as a world, where we are on the international issues when it comes to current affairs as well, and what has actually changed from one year to the next and from one Ramadan to the next, what has actually changed. And what we see is over a period of time, things just get worse and worse and worse. I do believe we have got, now we still don't have Humairaa Mayet back with us. What we're going to do maybe is we'll try and get hold of Humairaa Wadee. We have just got the thumbs up that Shazia has got hold of Humairaa on a better line. So hopefully we will definitely get her on a better line. We're just waiting for her to connect and we will definitely continue with the show. What we want to do is go for a quick ad break and we'll be back.
My Lord, show me right from wrong.
Humairaa SA is an organization that focuses primarily on assisting communities within the eThekwini region, by collaborating with existing Islamic centers, mosques and madrasas. Your contribution goes towards the uplifting of orphans and vulnerable children, including vulnerable families, by assisting with education, welfare, nutrition and maintenance of madrasas, mosques and Islamic community centers. Make the difference. Donate to our noble causes. More information is available at huda-int.org, or WhatsApp or call us on 031 271 3049.
My Lord, show me right from wrong. Give me light, make me strong. I know the road is long.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
The time is just gone 9:40 a.m. and we have got Humairaa Mayet back with us. Humairaa, assalamu alaikum once again. Humairaa, assalamu alaikum. Yes, we obviously are getting Humairaa. In fact, it's very, very faint at this point in time, and hopefully we can try and... Humairaa, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Can you hear me?
Yes, much better, Alhamdulillah, much clearer. Okay, Bismillah, Humairaa. The platform is all yours.
Okay, so Naledi Pandor and other Turco ministers and officials visited the Saudi Arabian embassy, given that South Africa's economy has taken a massive nosedive in recent years and the precarious situation has been made exponentially worse by COVID-19 and the lockdown. So Saudi officials promised to offer debt relief to South Africa, among other African countries, as the international economic crisis gets worse and worse. And it's certain that funds pledged to South Africa by Saudi will, if managed correctly, allow for the growth of the South African economy.
Yes, well, it's quite an interesting development, and obviously it's just left to be seen, because we know we've seen pledges come through previously from Saudi Arabia, and let's just see what materializes there. Then obviously what else we've got about Yemen. You talk about Yemen.
So as we all know, Yemen is currently facing the world's worst humanitarian crisis. So it's no doubt that the COVID-19 pandemic poses a greater threat in the Gulf state than almost anywhere else in the world. It's a crisis within a crisis. 24 million people, approximately 80% of the population, have been affected by the strife, and they're living in absolute squalor and starvation. So yesterday, the 31st of March, Yemen received its first shipment, 360,000 coronavirus vaccines, and is set to receive 1.9 million doses in 2021. And although this is definitely a step forward, the logistics of administering the vaccine to Yemenis will definitely prove to be increasingly complicated.
Well, I'm sure it is going to be very, very complicated, considering, Humairaa, we know what has happened in Yemen, where we know that close on to 80% of the population in abject poverty at this point in time, and just providing just normal aid to them is a challenge. And I suppose even as far as vaccinations are concerned, it's going to be a huge challenge getting these vaccines out to the Yemeni people. Anything else of interest, Humairaa?
I think this is just the last point. So the Evergreen container ship, which was blocking the Suez Canal for 6 long days, has finally been dislodged. But lots of people are choosing to blame Egypt's dictatorship for the inefficiency with which the crisis was managed, because Egypt, like other dictatorial regimes, is plagued by high levels of corruption. And while the government and elites, and specifically Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, benefit from each and every crisis, it's the Egyptian people who are suffering blow after blow.
Well, that is very, very interesting, very, very relevant in terms of where that blame has actually gone to, because we know this was big news. It actually impacted even on the oil price right across the world, with the ship that obviously had blocked, and they got it floating again, and successfully, but it was a huge challenge. But Humairaa, looking forward to this segment, inshallah, every Friday with you. And I'm sure you're going to keep your finger on the pulse, your eye on the ball, covering some of these international stories every Friday with us, inshallah. But have yourself a wonderful Jummah today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much. Wa alaikum salam.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam